Tonight I'm going to share with you some new tools that I bought. I just got them today, and they're little round balls. I guess they're actually for working in clay, maybe even with cake decorating or something. I'm not sure, but I saw somebody using these on a video because I've been trying very hard to find something that I can make some nice looking larger round dots. The smaller tools, they're fine. I don't have a problem with. But making the larger dots, you know, I've tried so many different tools, which they come out okay, and it really depends on what paint you're using. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this tutorial showing you the Folk Art Enamels, or it's basically a combination with the Folk Art. I am using the citrus green, the Aqua, and the berry wine. And citrus is multi-surface, and so is the Aqua. The berry wine is actually the enamel. And then on this side I have basically I believe it's the Americana, what's it called? The Americana Enamels, and their gloss enamels, I guess is what they're called. And from using some or viewing some of the videos, I've heard that this Americana line is a good line because of the amount of, or the texture, I don't want to say texture, but the thickness of the paint is, you don't have to add anything to it, and it's thin enough to where the dots actually go on nicely and dry nicely. I am going to go ahead and do some dots here using both tools, both paints, and just kind of get an idea. Now, I know from watching some of the other videos, the person had actually indicated, you know, to really get a lot of paint on the balls. Now, I'm not sure if that matters when you're talking about this big of a size. The only thing I do know is that when you're creating a dot with this tool, you may need to play around with the dot just a little bit to make sure that it's round, and make sure that you're putting a lot of paint on it. Now, this is, again, the Folk Art. That's the multi-surface. I do have a little bit of a tip, kind of making it look like a Hershey Kiss. So, you know, just notate that if you would. I am just going to flip it over using the same tool, get that ball full of paint, and then do a dot with it. And I mean, it looks like a nice dot. I think that I can make a bigger dot with this if I just kind of roll the ball a little bit. And it's probably pretty much the same size or similar, maybe a little bit larger. But it is still doing the point. I don't know if I could play with it a little bit to get it to smooth down. I know for some of you this is a factor. For me it is. It's driving me crazy. I've been buying all kinds of tools trying to figure it out and get what works best for me. I'm going to go ahead and try another one here using, this is definitely a Folk Art Enamel, and the berry wine. I'm getting a lot of paint on the ball. And then I'm going to, you know, for some reason it looks really thick. I'm going to dot it down, pull it up. Not quite happy with that dot, but I'll go back over it. I mean, I'm almost feeling like I could do this successfully with this brand and not have too big of a dot, or not dot, but too big of a point. But let's try the Americana brand. Once again, I'm using the other side of this tool, and I'm going to tip it in. It's kind of a small dot. Really want a little bit larger. Let's see if I can do that with adding more paint to it. I mean, now this one kind of has a tip on it too, but I think it actually levels out more than the Folk Art Enamels. Let me go with another one here. I do promise to do this on a glass here soon. As soon as I get the tool that makes me the happiest. Alright, and that's with 2 different sizes. Now I'm going to go for the big one. I think that's the biggest one on here. Pretty big. Okay, so I got that paint on there. Yep, see, some of it, sometimes it's not that great. I think I can work with it here a little bit. Maybe I'll be making an oval. I'm not real happy with this dot. Maybe I'm getting a little too big. And I'm also using these little containers, so that, you know, adds to it too, where I'm probably not getting a nice coating on this ball with the paint coming up and kind of blurping around it. Let's see. It's definitely not as thick as the Folk Art paint. Alright, so on something else that I did some dots on, I did these a little earlier with this tool. These are some of my older dots. This I did with the tool using the Aqua. And like I said, it's not completely dry, but it's pretty much. And there is, you know, a little bit of a raised part here, but it's not too bad, really. And then here is with the Americana. It's a little bit smoother. Doesn't have, you know, there's a bump in the center, but it's a bigger bump where it doesn't look like a Hershey Kiss. And this, you know, really doesn't look as much like a Hershey Kiss as when I use some of the other tools. So I think maybe it's a matter too of getting some more experience with it. Definitely would go with the Americana. Let me see if I can get this in here. It's the Americana Gloss Enamels All-Purpose Gloss Acrylics, and these are good for glass. That's why, I mean, you can do wood, canvas, whatever you want to on it, but I got it because of the glass. So I like the multi-surfaces or multi-paint where you can, like the enamels, I've been using them on everything from paper to walls for years, and then they came out with the multi-surfaces where that's great, but I think your paint you already had out was great on multi-surfaces. Maybe you just were not aware of it. But regardless, I think for doing the dotting, the key is to have the right tools. Experience obviously will play a part. I need to get that experience. And having the right paint. I know some people actually that do this, that are more experienced, actually use brushes. I'm not really ready to do that. I think I'd like to master it with the tools. And we'll see how that goes. But again, I just wanted to give you a quick little shot with this new tool. Was excited to get it. Excited that I finally found them. Because I thought to myself, you know, I really don't have a problem doing the dots with these tools. Why can't they come up with something bigger for the bigger dots? Rounded like this, and I happen to find it. So anyways, I'll link where I got these at down below. If you like my video, just a quick little video to share, kind of doing a review, give you some ideas about the paints if you're a newbie as well, give you some ideas so you don't have to go out and spend as much money as I have on all these tools and paints and whatnot. So give me a big thumbs up if you like the video. If you do anything, if you get these tools or you want to share your dotting projects, I'd love to see them. Please, you know, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications, and comment. Let me know how you're doing with your dotting. If you want to share, I would love to see it. Until the next video, have a good one.